What is going on, guys? Deco here. We got another video for this 3D printing vlog that I'm working on here. So I got a little bit of an update. We had the first sale over the last week there. I packaged, shipped it out. No, it was I think Friday. So I shipped that out. And we had a little bit of a feedback. That's the first official sale. I think everything came through really good. Etsy does a really good streamlining process of just like all you really got to do is get the product, click to get the packaging label, and you're pretty much done. It's awesome. The fees are a little brutal, but you can. I mean, I think I made $14 off that trophy. With the cost to produce it, I would say I did pretty well overall. So I think it's more than reasonable. I'm not really too worried about it, just because they have the giant client base. I will say that I wish that it was on my own site, but it is what it is. I'll take that in the early days of 3D printing and selling online. When I shipped it, I actually made a mistake. I was using Etsy's printing profiles, and I made a profile for the bubble envelope wrapper, and that's what most of my stuff fits in, is bubblers, little bubble mailers. But I didn't update it for the trophy and I think the marker box. So I ended up I messaged the seller. I was like, hey, I apologize. I didn't have the shipping thing right in there, and I can't ship first class because they had tried to buy it first class. And it was the cheapest option, so I covered the difference. I'm not going to make them pay extra. Like, no, it was my mistake. I'll take the hit for it. So I had to pay like 50 cents extra for the UPS Ground Advantage, which was fine, whatever. I didn't really have a whole lot of like boxes and stuff. I haven't bought really any shipping and materials. So I had a lot of boxes from Amazon, and when we're buying stuff out in town, printing boxes and crap. So I was able to use one of those. It was an Amazon box. I can't remember what it was for, but it was pretty small. It was probably double the size of the actual item, but that doesn't really matter. I took that. I had some extra bubble wrap, and I just recycled it and wrapped the entire thing in the bubble wrap. Taped it with some. I guess you could say I did buy some. I bought some masking tape for painting. So I taped that around it so that the tape wouldn't, or the bubble wrap wouldn't come off. I threw it in the box. I don't have a regular printer here. I had one right out of ink a long time ago. I threw it away, whatever. I don't need it. And now that I'm getting in the stage, it's like, okay, well, what am I going to do with these printing labels now that I don't have a printer? And I didn't really think about that until it was time to order. So I was going to do the whole Office Depot. You can go to Office Depot and print it off. It's like 15 cents a print or something. But I was like, I think I can get a little bit cheaper. So I actually signed up for my local library. And I went and I got a free library card. I sent them to like kind of a burner email. That way I could log in on the library's computer and not be like, ooh, your passwords are stolen. Burner emailed it. Send the slips to and printed it. It cost me, I think, 20 cents to print my packing slips and my invoice. So that's a great alternative until I get a thermal printer and can just print this stuff out here. So that was kind of cool. It's a little another way to do it without having to buy all the equipment up front. If you were about to go out and buy a printer or a thermal printer and a regular printer, because you need your invoice paper as well, you're looking at dropping $150 just in printers to ship your product, and that can be kind of daunting. When you've already thrown down, you're looking, an A1 is like 300 plus. You probably want some filament. You probably want 2 rolls of filament because you're gonna want an experimental filament, like I did, where it just burned through a bunch of crap. So yeah, I would say about $350. You're looking at another $150, $200. So I think that's a great alternative while you're starting out. Is you can use public printing places to print out your shipping labels, to get your invoice docs. I would say almost always recycle all of your packing material. I think nowadays we're ordering all of our filaments and everything from online. well, it comes in an Amazon box, and inside, it's got all the little packing, bubble wrap, bull crap, everything. So I have, I took my bamboo A1 printer box, and I taped the top pieces up to make it a large, huge box. And I just throw everything. I have like packing peanuts and foam. I kept all the foam from buying the A1, and I chopped it into squares and threw it in my printer box. So I was like, hey, if I ever need packing material, here's a bunch of packing material. So I'm just going to recycle it. I don't really see the issue with it as long as you're not having any information or details or anything like that. I think it's kind of fine. It's just packing material. Most people don't even look at it. They throw it away. So going into the next part, success of the event. I had that housewarming party over the weekend. It was great. I actually got first place. We did a sealed event with 7 players total. Our 8th player, he couldn't make it, unfortunately. He was sick. But we had 7 players total. We each got 6 packs. You make your deck and you play. We did first place was the Sensei's top that I had printed off and painted. Life counter. Second place was a just random deck box that I printed off. Printed everybody a life counter, a die, D6, and a bunch of other goodies just for the event. And I printed off the poop trophy for last place. And it was just a really good event. I ended up going 4-0, but 3-0 and winning the overall event. I didn't take any of the prizing. I don't need to. I have the 3D printers. It's pointless to do that. And would just I feel like it would just rob from the event. Like, oh, my friends come over here, I win the grand prize, and I don't have to give it out. That's stupid. And it was a free event, and people are coming to hang out with me, so why would I do that? But it was really cool. A lot of people were really like, whoa, this is cool. Like, when you think of 3D printing, you don't really think of this kind of stuff. A lot of people had seen the Sensei's tops before, just because they're pretty common to see in some of the local game stores around here. The pricing that they were selling there at the local game stores was way higher than I think even seeing prices anywhere else. But overall, it was pretty cool. They were really stoked to see it. And I'd actually gotten some networking done. A buddy of mine, he'd actually asked for some other printing to be done. So, we worked out the details, and I'm gonna print out some more stuff. So that goes into the next part of the importance of networking, especially in something where you're maybe making personalized items or things that you can really make anything for. Networking is hugely important. There's a lot of people that once you show them something that, oh, I can make whatever out of thin air, they're gonna, especially if they own a business or they have a favorite team or something like that, they're probably gonna think of something like, oh, you think you can print this off for me? Boom, you're winning. And right now, I'm kind of working on some networking stuff. Not so much. It's more focused on trying to get a decently successful product on Etsy. That's the main goal, but it is, important to do the networking as well. And I'm going to be in my future prints. They'll be heavily network focused, maybe for businesses locally or something. I have been thinking about some stuff to print out for local businesses and like as a sample to show them, but it's more I want to get to where I can get the AMS first, and we already talked. I talked to my girlfriend, and she's like, well, why don't you just get one in October, whatever, if it's gonna make it better and it's your cool hobby, and just pick one up. So I am gonna get an AMS in October because I want one, and that's the part where I'll be making light boxes and all the cool multicolor print stuff. So I'm gonna buy an AMS and a bunch of filament. And I think that's extremely important. And you can go to these local chain stores, maybe in your city or something. You could advertise a product similar to maybe what the store is like, and you might be able to get like, hey, I'll make like 50 of these, or I'll make like 100 of these, and a bunch of different color variants. What do you think? Give them a good price. Try to wholesale it, basically. Not that I'm a huge fan of wholesaling. but I think it's a decent way to network and get some more money into your pocket while you're just sitting here with this printer. You might as well make money off of it. Future prints. What am I working on? What am I doing? What am I thinking about doing? So, I've been putting quite a little bit too much effort of my daily designing mind into getting Legos printed. This is a 1x1 brick. It's 3D printed on a A1. It takes about 8 minutes to print this. It costs a penny, I think, in total filament time or filament spent. It takes 8 minutes to produce a 1x1. The really big trick is you have to adjust them because the 3D printers aren't too exact, where they're not as precise as Lego, and Lego is like top quality. That's why you pay so much for it. You know, just trying to get the studs is what they call them. They're trying to get the studs the same exact size, and you can find a lot of this information online, but you have to kind of skewer for it so that when you print it, it gets a good connection. And right now it has a good connection. Spins and swivels almost the same. It's a little bit looser than the actual Lego product, and like I said, with perfection becomes an impossibility to fully replicate it. And you know, these are cool, whatever. You know, one actual Lego. I'm not going to print out a bunch of Legos, but the research is to learn the snapping ability. Then I print out these 2x2s. I did 2 different designs. I printed out them with the hollow core, and it just you had to go in there and work on it. I think I talked about this in the last video, but if you didn't see it, I'm going to talk about it again. So whatever. And then I was having issues keeping the hollowed center from snapping off while printing and stuff. So I just printed it solid. This added like 30 seconds to the print time, so it doesn't really matter. But these pop on here really well. Like, it's almost a little too difficult to get them off. But these are awesome. I am just super happy with the quality of these. They snap and work with real Legos, so these will be great because I'm going to be building the Arduino housing, a Lego compatible Arduino housing system, where you can just like drop your Arduino inside of this Lego piece and then snap it together, and you can just snap it onto Lego. And that goes with my other product, the 6-volt DC motor adapter piece. And it's just a little series of bits and stuff to get Arduino and microelectronics boards and all that stuff integrated with Lego, because Lego is a very common household product that most people have that they can quickly build up prototypes with for electronic engineering. And I think it's pretty cool. I think it's definitely got potential. And additionally, with the housing thing, I'm working on a motor mount as well. I don't quite have all the specifications. I'm hoping to have it done by this weekend. That is my hopes, and hopefully get them out and stuff like that. What else am I working on? Bracelets. I'm working on these. I'm part of Kuksul Wan martial arts, and we have our world tournament coming up next month. I was waiting for the kit to come in. The kits are in. And I'm gonna start making like team bracelets and stuff for our team, and if parents or kids or whatever want them, I can give them a couple bucks or whatever. So that's on the horizon. That also falls into networking. Like, if people are seeing you're the 3D printing guy that we go to Kuksul with, and maybe they're working on another project. This area is really big for space contractors and stuff, because we're in the NASA area. So I think that's hugely important, when NASA has all these huge like chili cook-offs and stuff that they do events throughout the year. And if you know a guy who can design and print custom 3D print stuff for maybe you're having a booth or something, it's really going to make your stuff stand out. So I think that's a great networking opportunity as well, just to kind of get a name and a face out there. And I don't have to pay for advertisement. I'm wearing the product and showing it and just doing direct. And then when the other kids see, hey, maybe little Jimmy bought a bracelet, and everyone else sees, whoa, where'd you get that? he knows where he got it, unless his parents bought it, and then his parents knows where they got it. So I think that's a great opportunity. But yeah, moving on, I'm working on a deck box for Magic the Gathering. I'm hoping to have that one done by Friday as well. I've been working on that one a little bit faster than anything else, just because Friday is the pre-release, and the Friday after that is the actual release of the set. So I would like to have that deck box done by Friday, but we'll see. We'll see. I did most of the sculpting already. It's like an eyeball with like a bunch of like Lovecraftian horror tentacles coming off the back of it, and then it's got like these gnarly like teeth things coming out of like the retina. It looks cool as hell. I modeled it so it sits in the air like in the artwork on Magic, but it pulls apart. It's got a magnetic top, so it just pulls apart. And then I'm going to print it in clear, and I'm going to have like stems coming down a little bit to kind of make a base so it doesn't like fall over and crap and you can't print in the air. But yeah, that's the idea of the deck box. And, like I said, hoping to get it done. Another thing that I might potentially do, I'm still thinking about it, is the Yash Studios. They just announced, this isn't sponsored, none of this is sponsored, I'm not getting paid for any of this, I just seen it, so I'm repeating it. Yash Studios actually announced that they are doing a contest for this month. You have to be a Patreon subscriber, and you print out a Warhammer 40k helmet, one of the ones from this month or last month's release, and you have to print it out, and you can do modifications, but it has to be their original print, and you have to paint the helmet and show pictures, and they said you can do multiple helmets if you want. You can do as many submissions as you like, but only one can win the highest project that they would. So I have been thinking about doing that. I think first place is a Bamboo X1C. Second place was a Neptune 4 or whatever. And then third place was, I think it was like 10 kilograms filament or something like that. I think it's kind of a cool thing. It's $15. It's going to take a long time to print all that, but I feel like since I'm designing stuff and while I'm waiting for sales to come through, that is a decent opportunity to one, get into printing something that's an appropriate size for a helmet, but two, joining a community and joining a competition, painting practice, all these things. There is a lot of steep painting competition, and I'm not a professional painter, but I think it would be cool and interesting to do. And the result of this whole thing is you have a sweet ass Warhammer 40k helmet. So I think I'm probably going to join that and give it a shot. But that's what's going on with old Deco and Deco Studios for the past week and a half here. I appreciate you guys chiming in and enjoying it. If you like this kind of content, go ahead, leave me a like and subscription down below. If you want to tell me anything, comment, I'll reply to whatever you say. Go ahead and comment on there, and I appreciate it. And I'll see you in the next one. You guys take care. Bye.